What's going on, everybody? A Respawn Gentleman here. So some massive news was just released about the new patch coming out in 2 days on the 27th for the 1.3 update. So let's get right into it. So the first thing they talked about in the Dying to Know episode that they came out with is that they are going to increase the spawn rate of special infected, and it'll be actually easier to get special loot because of this. Now, I believe this is kind of in reference to the mutated infected events that they mentioned on the roadmap. We haven't seen anything else like that in the game, so that's just my assumption at this point. We'll know more in 2 days when the update is released, but that's kind of one of the things they talked about. The rest of the Dying to Know episode was all about New Game Plus, so let's get into all the details they released. So the first thing they talked about is that you will not start the game from the very beginning. My guess is you'll get all the way through the prologue, probably right after you get out of the hospital with Hakon, which is kind of the start of the game and where you finish the prologue. So that's most likely where you'll start. They didn't say specifically, but that's just kind of my guess. You will not be able to keep all of your night runner tools, so your paraglider and your UV flashlight and your grappling hook. You will not have those when you start the New Game Plus. They mainly did this for story purposes. They didn't want to break the flow of the game, so you will have to go unlock those again, but they should still have all the upgrades on them. So once you max them out, then when you unlock them, they should still be maxed out. Now, another thing they talked about is that they added new parkour challenges to the game, which I know is kind of a mixed bag. Some people really enjoy the parkour challenges. Some people just didn't like them at all. But one of the things they also added is they added platinum medals for the challenges. So anybody who's gotten gold on the challenges and maybe wanted to do them some more, or try to get even better times or whatever, you now have the option to get platinum medals, which are going to be even more difficult to get. So you're going to have to do things extremely quickly and extremely efficiently with your parkour skills. I can guarantee you right now, I will not get a single platinum because I'm terrible at parkour. But anyways, I think it's really cool for the people who did want to do that. The next thing they talked about is that they're adding 30 new inhibitors into the game, which will actually allow you to max out both your stamina and your health completely, which is fantastic. Now, these 30 new inhibitors are only going to be available in the New Game Plus mode. So if you're not at the point where you've reached New Game Plus, you will not be able to get the 30 new inhibitors. However, if you play with someone who is on New Game Plus, which you can play even if someone else is on New Game Plus and you are not, you can still play together, which is perfectly fine. And if you come across the chests that have those inhibitors, for you will actually just get some really good items instead. So just keep that in mind whenever you're kind of playing, is that you still play with anybody as long as you're on the same system, which I'm hoping they fix at some point. I really need crossplay for this game desperately. But that's going to be super awesome. And any legendary weapons you get, you'll actually be able to keep even if you're not on New Game Plus, which is absolutely fantastic. I love that they did that. I think it's kind of more to help people reach the end game, get to New Game Plus, and they can start off with some really good gear in New Game Plus, because it feels like at this point that's more of what the end game kind of is you beat the game so you can move on to New Game Plus. Now, I don't know if the enemy scaling is going to be there. I don't know if it's going to be, hey, enemies scale to your level once you start New Game Plus. They didn't mention anything like that. We'll find out in a couple of days, but that's one thing they didn't talk about. I'm hoping it is, because I feel like it would be a little disappointing to start a New Game Plus and all the enemies are level 1 and you're a level 9 character, and it's just that doesn't quite make sense to me personally. They also didn't mention anything about whether or not you'll be able to do another New Game Plus after you reach New Game Plus, or if it's going to be kind of like a one and done kind of thing. We'll have more details on that soon. Whenever the update comes out, I will blow through the story as fast as possible on New Game Plus mode, just to see if there's anything to do once you beat the game again, if it's possible to repeat New Game Plus, or if it's hey, you reach New Game Plus and then that's the end game kind of thing. We'll have to see, like I said, in a couple of days when that happens, but I'm super excited about it. They did have more stuff that's coming out soon, but they didn't give any information on that, so as soon as we have information on that, I will definitely let you know as well. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more Dying Light content, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also check out my Discord community where you can talk to me and others, as well as find people online to play with. I'll have that linked in the description below. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.